Hey, folks. Today I am joined by my good friend, Kyle. Nope. Yeah, that. From No Hype Beer Reviews. Hello, Kyle.
What's going on, Keith?
Not much. Not much.
Always my favorite part where we pretend we weren't just talking before we started recording. Good to see you, buddy.
We should just start doing that. Like, whoever's doing the review, as soon as the last person gets into the room, we just start the review.
Then start. I like that. I like
that. Today we are drinking a Treehouse beer. We actually got this when I was up for the weekend that Nerd Sense and everybody was supposed to be up there. And then I just ended up going up because of the weather. And then it turned out it wasn't as bad as it was supposed to be. Whatever. Yeah. But so we stopped at the new Treehouse place back when they were only doing pickup, right?
Yeah.
Then, yeah. All right. So this is technically, I picked this, but technically Kyle paid for it, so it's courtesy of Kyle. So thank you, Kyle. It is Big Bear Barrel Blend. Big Bear Barrel Blend is our Imperial brown ale that has aged for a year in freshly emptied bourbon barrels, which we then blend with a fresh portion of the same base beer. And then the next thing is tasting notes and stuff. This fusion of old and new makes Big Barrel Blend the perfect beer for you to sit and contemplate, have as a casual accompaniment. I think is. I don't think I can say that word. For any occasion or both. Enjoy. So it's a barrel blended brown ale brewed with coffee, and it is 8.8% alcohol by volume. And it just says winter 2025. So.
Yeah, I was like, oh, under the can, it doesn't say anything fun. It just says winter 2025. Okay.
Yeah, they do that with some of their beers. I don't know if they do that with like beers that are a little more shelf stable.
That could be. I want to
I didn't hold it up.
Shout out Keith. He had my back. I forgot to get like a paper towel or something. Because I notoriously am bad about looking at beers before reviewing. So he did let me know the ABV, and it was a little higher. So I do appreciate that. So you are a good man, always looking out for me.
So that is. It looks black on camera, but
same thing I was going to say.
But it does. I mean, my lighting is not great in here. So,
yeah.
It does seem like it's really dark brown, though. And I do get some brown around the edges, or maybe it's black. I don't know. It's really hard to tell.
When I hold it up to the light, that's when you really see the brown and the carbonation. But yeah, I mean, it in real life and lighting, it looks a little lighter than how it's presenting on our channels. The head, beautiful.
Yep.
Good amount. I didn't think it was good. I started pouring a little bit more aggressive towards the end, but a good amount. It seems to be holding well, and just like nice mocha, light mocha kind of color. Yeah, it looks like a nice brown ale. I mean, definitely looks to style, I'd say, for appearance.
Yeah, that head looks also it's fitting because it kind of looks like a latte, just like.
Here it is. Keith, crushing it. Actually, forgot it had coffee in it already. So, you don't think that coffee affects, like, this isn't going to keep me up all night, right? In beer.
I hope not, because if it keeps you up, it's gonna fucking. I'm not gonna sleep for 2 days.
All right, should we get an aroma?
Let's do it. Do you want to start?
I gotta tell you, the coffee is not overly done in the aroma. Mm-hmm. There's maybe it's the barrel aging. There's this nice slight vanilla. Maybe it's because you said latte, but like I get a little bit of a sweetness, which I mean the base beer can kick that out too. But this little bit of vanilla, which makes me. I know lattes don't have to have vanilla, but makes me think a little bit that way. what like I don't review a lot of brown ales, so my word bank's not the best for it. But it also has just a brown ale smell to it.
Yeah.
That's where I'll stop and let you pick up.
I do get that sweetness thing, and I'm assuming it's because there's barrel aging in it. It comes off a little more than just vanilla for me. It comes off like a little bit like toasted marshmallow, but it's not. But the sweetness thing is it's not a huge thing. So it's not like this is like, oh, it smells like toasted marshmallow.
Yeah, I like the. Yeah, I don't know if it's barrel char, or the base beer that has like maybe some roastiness to it. But I didn't pull that myself. But when you said it, I can see that
Yeah.
again, whether it's char or roast, but there's a little bit of a caramelization on the marshmallow. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, like you said, coffee is not overwhelming. So you get the coffee, get the beer. There's a nice roastiness to it.
Yeah.
Which I think is both the beer and the coffee. I think that might be coming from both, maybe.
Yeah, I would believe that.
I don't know, because also this is an Imperial brown ale. I don't know if I've had an Imperial brown ale before. I mean, it's possible. It's possible, because usually most of the brown ales I've had are like a lot of them are like Newberg's is like 4.2%, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
I think I've had Against the Grains, the brown note.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that beer. Yeah,
it's been a while, but
yeah.
But I think that one's still like 5-ish% or something. But
yeah. Ithaca's Nut Brown, I drink a lot of just because it geographically was easily available, and early on I drank a lot of that. And that is, they call it a nut brown. I get a little nuttiness in this.
Yeah.
And here's one. When I was saying my word bank's not great, so I don't mean barrel aging wood, but it has this woodiness to it that I get in beers sometimes, and it's definitely not the barrel. It's a separate thing from the barrel.
Yeah.
And I'll say wet mulch, which doesn't necessarily make it sound pleasant, but I do mean it in a pleasant way. It's a smell I like. Maybe you're like walking in the woods and it recently rained or something. It has like a little bit of that thing. But anyway, that's about where I end, I think, with the aroma.
Yeah. Nutty I would say nutty is one of like the big descriptors of brown ales, but okay. I think we should taste it now.
All right. Clink.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Full transparency, I did drink a can of this.
Okay.
But it was like a night that I was just like, I don't want beer in the fridge. So I was like,
yeah.
I was like, I could drink one of these. I could drink one of these. So I don't really remember it that much. There's a little bit of it. I don't know if you're getting it. There's a little bit of like an astringency.
Yes. Yeah. Sometimes I'm told my facial expressions make it look like I feel a certain way, and I'm like, oh, I don't feel that way. So I don't know how it came across on camera. I don't love this, and part of it is the astringentness of it. Also, I don't like how. So I'm getting more coffee in the taste than I got in the aroma. I actually don't really like how the coffee is working with the rest of the beer. I really, my perception is I would like this beer a lot more if it didn't have coffee. Keep the subtle blending barrel age of it all. Keep it an Imperial brown ale, but the coffee kind of, for me, it doesn't add. It's like taking away from my enjoyment. And yeah, the astringency. Those would be my two critiques of this. Negative critiques of this.
Yeah. I mean, there's a little bit of you get a little bit of chocolate in the taste that I wasn't getting in the aroma.
No, I did not get that in the aroma either.
You get the nutty thing. I don't know if that astringency is from the coffee, because like I don't.
It could be a good amount of bitterness from the coffee, because the when I take the sip, the stuff that is clearly the brown ale that's coming through, I quite like the nuttiness, a little bit of an earthy thing. I mean, I love chocolate, so the fact that this is kicking a little bit of chocolate's nice. Uh, Again, not barrel aged, but yeah, just like a generic woody kind of a thing. But yeah, the coffee takes me out. Does Bear usually have coffee, or is that part of this?
No, that's a.
Okay.
I don't know if they do Bear with coffee. They might do that, but the base Bear is just a brown ale.
Okay. All right. I'm sure I've had it. And that seems to be my biggest takeaway is when I see that, grab it and try it. Cause I think I would, if I haven't had, I think I would really like it based on the brown ale notes in this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't want to dominate about the coffee, but like you were alluding to before, I typically drink a cup of coffee a day. Sometimes the weekends I don't have any, but you haven't had coffee in a while, right? At this point?
Yeah.
Maybe here and there, or
well, I didn't have coffee for like 2 years, and then I had some when we went to the Isle of Man.
Okay.
And then I think the last time I had coffee was I made that Treehouse coffee
that
Sean sent me like 3 years ago.
Yeah, okay.
As a joke. I took 2 sips of it, and then it was like it actually like this is better than that, but like so when I made it, I took a sip when it was still hot and it tasted good. And then I was doing stuff that day and it cooled down a little bit, and I took another sip and it was like really astringent. It was like in a bad way.
Yeah.
Like it was astringent and acidic. And yeah, that's I only took those 2 sips. But yeah.
What's the coffee doing for you in this? I'm curious.
I mean, I think I'm like you. Because I'm not as familiar with coffee and beer anymore. So I don't know if I could there are notes in this that I'm like, okay, that is coffee. But I think I'm like you. I don't like
okay.
It would be better without the coffee.
I think so. No, I the little bit of barrel aging stuff, I get a little bit of vanilla, and I like all that. So I am here for the blending with some barrel age. I just realized too, the way that we're sitting, like I'm looking directly at you in real life, but like it looks like my body's like I'm just so over Keith, but like I swear I'm like looking at Keith. It's ridiculous. The alcohol, I get just a little bit, but not enough that takes me out of the sip where I'm like, oh, this is too much or anything. But I do like taste a little bit of the alcohol. So was it 8.8?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for 8.8, I guess it's appropriate. I would put in the appropriate amount of tasting it, but I do get it.
Yeah. I wish there was obviously I don't know where that astringency is coming from. So whatever. So with that said,
yeah,
I kind of wish there was a little more barrel aging in this.
I would take that.
I could use a little bit more.
I would. Yeah, for sure. Like I get it. I wouldn't want less of it, and I would gladly take more of it. Yes, I agree 100% with you on that. Yeah.
I'm gonna read the can now because
read my mind, dude. That's what I was just thinking.
All right. So It carries familiar notes and aromas of brown bread, nutty caramel, and hints of dark chocolate covered fruit, which meld seamlessly with robust barrel forward character of bourbon barrel vanilla, tannic oak, and toffee candies.
I mean, we said some of that stuff, and some of like I don't get a fruity note. Did they say berry or fruit? Like I don't get a ton of that.
Yeah.
Sorry, there was something else you just read I was going to speak on. Sorry, go ahead. Oh, I know.
Yeah. Or I was going to say, if there is a fruitiness, it's like, it's kind of what this says, dark chocolate covered fruit. Like it's not a specific kind of fruit. It's maybe like you could pull something out of like that little bit of sweetness in there. Like, oh, it's maybe a little fruity.
Maybe like a date or something that's a little caramelly also. I don't know. Not that I get a ton of caramel in this. I see it. Like I wouldn't argue with them about that. No, like I get that. I'm wondering, they're saying tannic oak. Could that be the astringency we're tasting?
It could be.
I like your original thought that maybe it's interwoven with the coffee. Because I feel like at this point you and I know decently what oak and tannins are, and I don't think it's that. That's the only thing in the description that would make me think, other than the coffee, maybe that's what's making it seem a little astringent. I don't know.
Yeah, or it's a combination of those things. Maybe it's just too many oak tannins with that little bit of coffee acidity thing.
That sip, the way the bitterness was hitting and some of that sweetness and stuff, it for about half a second made me think of a black IPA. Not that it's overly a hoppy beer, but just the coffee doing the bittering thing. That was kind of an interesting, like, oh, okay, there it goes. But it was, I got like a little almost blip of that kind of a taste.
Yeah, I wonder if this would be like, I wonder if this could be like the opposite of that coffee I had, where as it warms up, or no, never mind, because the coffee was hot, this is cold. So I wonder if it's the same thing. As this warms up, that astringency kind of
mellows or intensifies?
Mellows.
Okay, yeah, that's where I thought you were going. Yeah, that could be, or I don't know if it's my palate getting used to it. I don't know if it's a warming I don't know, but I am getting less of that, it seems like, at this point.
Yeah, it does kind of taste like a black IPA now.
Yeah, all of a sudden it kind of switched to that for me. Well, again, I said half a second, whatever, really was. But yeah, like I'm getting more of that than off-putting astringency. Yeah. A little bit of residual sugar, I'm noticing. Getting more chocolate too. This is growing on me. This every sip, I think it grows on me a little bit. Again, I think I'd rather not have the coffee. I'm not going to go back on that yet, anyway. But it continues to grow on me. They make so many beers. I'll probably never buy this again. But again, I would do regular beer or even try maybe other variants of it. But if it was like a smaller brewery and this was one of the 8 beers they make at a given time, and I went and they like, I haven't had that in a while, throw it on a flight or something.
If they called this a black IPA and didn't tell you there was coffee in it, I would believe them. I would be like, it's not my favorite black IPA, but it's actually pretty decent.
Like I've taken at least one more sip since I first said that, and that sip I had even more of this black IPA. And it's so interesting because, again, I don't think the hops are doing much of the lifting. I think it's the coffee bitterness that's making me think the black IPA of it all. And again, it's a brown. I mean, it's an Imperial brown ale, but it's not a stout. So it's not like a Russian Imperial, or is it a black IPA? It's not that game.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, Keith, that's all I have to say.
Yeah, this was fun.
This was a lot of fun.
It was, yeah.
One of these we should just do a live stream now that I'm thinking about it. Maybe the next one we do together, we'll just keep it going. And
yeah, it's a good idea.
Something we can talk about off camera.
Yeah. All right. Check out Kyle at No Hype Beer Reviews. Where are you?
No Hype Beer Reviews on YouTube is the best. I haven't really been using Untapped or Instagram, but I still always say check me out on those places. But I don't remember the last time I posted either one. Yeah, I've been not good about it anyway.
Yeah. All right. And then YouTube is where you can find me. So you're already here. Good job.
Like and subscribe.
Yes. And hope you're doing well. Take care of yourselves. And see you in the next one. Cheers.